Hello, everybody. Oops. All right, it says we're live, so let me see about finding the video. And, oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. All right, let me get this going. Okay, cool. So I just need to scooch this over a little bit, and it looks like I'm pretty straight. So say hi when you get here. Hey, Susan. So I have a couple of housekeeping things to go over first. Hey, Vicky. And then we'll get to it. So tonight I'm coloring this Bedazzling paper, and I really can't stand how pretty and sparkly it is. And it's just, I love it. So we're going to do that together. But let's go over a few things. First of all, bing, look what I found at Walmart the other day. So I don't know how many of you are using colored pencils. These are just regular colored pencils. But they're all like all the skin colors that you could ever need. So, and that was in the school supply section. Like, it was under $4, $3 and some change. I forget what, but $24, that's very cool. I use these sometimes with Gamsol, and I am not an expert at that. I just started using it. Hey, Sean, I just got into the Gamsol a couple of years ago. Hey, Sue. So, as Sue and Sean can attest, coloring has not been my thing until recently. But I thought this was an interesting find. Hey, Betty, at Walmart. So, in your school supply section, it was under $4. So, good thing for that. Okay, next thing, reminder, I just want to show you what we made in class this week. And so sign-ups close for this next Wednesday, and this is all on my blog. There's a page called Learn at Home, and that has all the links for both the blog posts and the videos. The videos are up on YouTube too, so you can just go there. But I'll just show you real quick what we made. So on Monday, we made a journal, like a traveler's notebook style journal, and I used the Delicate Dahlias, and we made a little pocket for it. These I hand dyed papers over the weekend, and so I used some of those, and these are some of the pretty blah blah blah. I can't remember the name now. This is one of the celebration items. So this is a 4x8 journal. Well, the pages are 4x8, and we did a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, which I think either in Monday or Tuesday's video, I said, when I was showing how to do this, I said, don't be intimidated, but this is really hard. And that was clearly the wrong thing. Hey, Molly, I really meant it's easy. So I don't remember which day that was, but that was completely wrong. So we made that, and then 2 slimline cards, 2 regular slimline cards, and again, all the black and white, and then the ink color is up to you, and then 2 mini slims. I like that size. So, oh, and a bonus thing, little notepads with the extra bits that we cut off from our pages. So these little notepads, you just tuck in your journals or your purse or whatever. So that was the August class, a little recap. Checking my notes. Got paper share. My next order, there was like 1 or 2 packs that I couldn't order right away, and that is coming on Saturday. So I will have your paper shares done, ready to go, probably Monday. And then one more thing, my next bingo will be Sunday, October 10th, and we're going to do it on Zoom, and it's going to be a snowman theme. So we're going to use, normally I don't have any specific stamp set. I just say like, oh, you just need a greeting that'll fit. But this time I'm going to use that new snowman set. So I'm going to say like any snowman set that is similar to what's in the mini catalog is going to work for you. All right. So that is Sunday, October 10th at 1 o'clock Eastern time. And I'll have an event created for that probably this weekend. And then one more announcement. So I checked I don't know how many people checked the Tuesday, or for demonstrators anyway, the updates on Tuesday. They had in there a note about adding the hostess code after the fact to, orders that people place online. And I know I have to do that several times a month. But they put a note that they're limiting us to 10 of those every month now. And they said that should accommodate everybody. But I just want to show you, let me take a minute to show you guys where, I don't know that I meant to do that. Oh, here we go. I meant to do this. So when you're on my website, if you click this button right here, click this picture to place your order, and this should add the hostess code for you. So it should take you to ordering, and it is not apparent until you go to check out that the hostess code has been ordered. But that's where I set that up. This link right here that says shop with me 24/7, that I just keep that as a generic link. That does not add a hostess code automatically. That just takes you to my store. So I would say if you're placing an order that's 150 more or more, you want your own hostess benefits. So you want to click the shop with me 24/7. All right. So then you get your own, you pick your own free stuff for your stamp and rewards. If it's, under that, then use the hostess code and you'll get whatever freebie I have for that month. All right. So let me, ooh, now that looks big. Okay. So I think that's that. Yeah, usually I will do their chat and have them add it, and but you can call them too. But either way, just for demonstrators, just understand they're limiting us that now for 10 a month. All right, let's get into these specialty papers. I love them. So the Bedazzling 6x6 papers, you only get 8 pieces of this in your pack. So this is one of the items that they say once it runs out, it's gone. So once it's gone, it's gone. So I'm going to order, the next time I put an order in and can get some, I'm going to get one more pack because I didn't realize that it only had 8 pieces. I didn't read the details. Wah, wah. So my bad. But I just cut up 2 pieces tonight. And then we're going to use some Artistically Inked stamp set and a bunch of these things. So what we're going to do is color first. Now, some people are using one of those craft silicone mats. That works if you're using one thing. And yeah, Susan, that Shaded Summer stamp set is on back order. Yep. What was I saying? Sometimes I shouldn't look over at the comments. I get distracted. Oh, the silicone mat. All right. So if you're just going to do, one project, the silicone mat, I think Tim Holtz makes it. I have them. I would use that normally. But when I know I'm going to be wanting to take this and set it off to dry, I just use my paper plates. And these are the same ratty ones that I've had for, a bunch of things. So I'm going to use them, and I'm going to color all my papers for all 3 cards that I'm making. And then we'll go through, because they need time to dry. So we'll spray them, let them dry, do whatever else I'm going to do to the papers to get ready. And then we should be able to die cut and assemble. So what you have to know about this paper is it does not seem like it is stampable, because all these little circles, all these little sparklies, it's not a smooth surface. It's not even. So it's not going to stamp well. Even if you use StazOn, you're just not going to get a good image. So my plan is only using this for die cuts or punches. And really, I'm going to say die cuts, because punching this, this is thick. It's got a white cardboard. It feels like the stuff that's in our designer series paper in the back of it. So I'm sure you could pull this apart, but I don't want to do that entirely, because since we're going to spray it with the coloring, if I peeled this off, then this piece left would be very thin, and I don't think that would work well. I think it would just get too waterlogged. All right, so what we need today, classic reinkers. So these are water-based. You need the 91% alcohol, and you need some spritzers. So I only found 4 of these that didn't have stuff in them. So I'm only doing 4 colors for all 3 projects that I'm going to make tonight. So we want to fill it with alcohol. I already did the 3, but let's just do this one to show you. Now I'm only trying to fill it up to maybe here. Like, I don't want to fill it up to the tippy top because you have to add some reinker and then shake it up. So I'm just pouring this, and if I get, boop, okay. That's a little too much. A couple of drips. All right, that's good. Now reinker. So one thing to keep in mind is this stuff, it will dry a little bit lighter than what it looks like when we first do it. So I tend to go on the side of darker. So this is just trial and error as far as how many drops you want to add. So I'm going, this is crushed curry. And actually, let me just swipe off the top of that. Let's do 3, 3, 4, 5. That's very light. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That still looks very light. So put the cap back on and give it a good shake. That looks very orange. And that is crushed curry. All right, I'm going to give it a spray. Let me get a piece of scratch paper just so we can test. That's interesting. And then we just spray it. All right, that needs more. That is very washed out. So that was about 10 drops crushed curry. So I'm going to go 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if it ends up being a dark yellow, that's not going to hurt my feelings either. That's interesting that it looks so pumpkin-y. You know, one time when I re-inked my pads, I thought one of my yellows was weird. I thought I had, I think it was daffodil. All right, but this is looking a little weird too. All right, now I do have to spray out what was stuck in the tube there. All right, that's, still orangey, because I was going to use pumpkin pie too. It's got to be a reaction with the alcohol. Maybe the curry has more orange in it or red than I realized. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go with that. And then either way, we're going to go for it, because I have to add the reinker to the other ones too. So the other colors I'm using, oh wait, where'd my lid go? We're going to do crushed curry, pumpkin pie, real red, and melon mambo. And I've used those before when I did some projects that need reinkers, just because I have extra of those. All right, let's try this again. Oh, still not curry, but I'm liking it. All right. So this piece I cut one of the pieces into 3x3 chunks, and that had to do with the dies that I want to use. All right, so I wanted to maximize what I get. So a 3x3 piece, and you know what, for this one, I'm gonna write on it, since I can't remember what color, or they're gonna look the same. Crushed curry. All right, so we just spray. Ooh, I love it. So one of the things that this reminded me of, I may be waterlogging this. When I was looking at these papers, it reminded me of fish, like fish scales. So that's one of the first cards we're going to make out of this piece is a goldfish card. So I really thought I was going to put pumpkin pie, and I really got a lot of this on here. I'm just moving it back and forth, trying to get it to dry a little bit. I don't want it to pool up anywhere. But I had originally planned to put crushed curry and pumpkin pie on this to make a goldfish, but I like this color for the goldfish. All right, And then I'm going to set this off to the side. I really like that. All right, and now let me check my notes. So I wanted a goldfish, then we're going to do some leaves, and then we're going to do something with a stencil. So leaves, I wanted crushed curry, pumpkin pie, and real red. So either way, I have to make one of these pumpkin pie. So let's get to it. And again, I'm going to start off with 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That looks darker. Let's do another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just because that the crushed curry was so light, I have a feeling that they're all going to be light. And that has to do with the alcohol content. Hey, Gail, what am I drinking? Oh, Lord, just water. Do I need to be drinking something different? Gail. All right, pumpkin pie. Oh, and if this bothers you, your fingers getting dirty, you should probably wear gloves. But it doesn't concern me. Okay, darker. The colors are definitely, oh, you thought I was drinking the colored alcohol? No. And actually I have to keep these with the Reinker, make a little pile. This one is Daffodil Delight. All right, pumpkin, I'm going to put 5 more drops in. So it seems like 25 is going to be 3, 4, 5. 25 is going to be what I will do the other 2 with also. And I'll put the cap back on before you shake it, Toni, so it doesn't go everywhere. So once you run these out of all the alcohol, you just rinse them out, you know, run them clear. All right, pumpkin pie. That's a good shade of pumpkin pie. All right, more scratch paper. So we're going to do Real Red and Melon Mambo first. Oh, wait, let me spray. I wanted leaves in a crushed curry and a pumpkin pie. So, all right, let me put, we have our 3x3 pieces. Then I also cut some that were 2x3. And again, that was because, A, they fit on the dies that I'm going to cut them. And B, it was just like good math-wise to cut the 6x6 that way. Hey, Sharon. So we are coloring some of this Bedazzling paper. All right, now you're going to want to keep this labeled. I'm going to have to do that later. But so I want to put this. This again is the crushed curry, which is actually very orange. Let me give that some more. All right. And that really uses a lot. Look at that. Like it's down to like that much already. All right, crushed curry, putting that back to dry. Stay this vibrant, but I know it's gonna be pumpkin pie. I like it. I really wish it would stay this vibrant, but I know it's gonna lighten up some. All right, let's write on here, pumpkin pie. And Real Red. I'm going to do another leaf. Probably going to do this one. So I'm going to have 3 leaves on one, a goldfish on another, and then stencil on this bigger chunk. And I have to pull out my stencils. That's one thing I forgot. All right, pumpkin pie. And then we will go Real Red for this. This is interesting to see how they dilute. All right, we're going to say 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this doesn't look red at all. Look at that. It's looking a little pinky. I'm going to go right ahead and put more in because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I also have Melon Mambo, don't forget. This reminds me of the Easter egg coloring things, you know, the food coloring. How you can put so many drops of red, so many drops of orange. This still has a real pinky tone to it. All right, let's give it a test spray. Whoa. Okay, that is getting all over me. This must be clogged up a little bit, but I do like that color. It does seem a little pinky still. Let's give it 5 more drops just to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like how that's spraying though, because I don't have time to unclog that or deal with that. I wipe that off. Cap back on. See, I can see little spray marks where it got everywhere. Good thing is this cleans up with alcohol. Hopefully it'll come out of my shirt too. All right, let's give this a go. I'm just gonna put my hand over it. All right, that's a little more red. Man. I am going to see if I can just clean off this sprayer real quick, because I don't like that, how it's not spraying out nice. All right, we will deal with that. You know what? I think I'm going to stick with these. I'm not going to worry about the Melon Mambo because this is pinky anyway. Look how that's drying. Remember I said it was going to dry lighter, so that's the truth. All right, this one I want right here, and actually I'm going to cover this up a little bit because I am trying not to get everything else sprayed. All right, I like it. All right, this is a complete mess. So all this is going to come off with alcohol. So I'm not really worried about it. And my work surface, it's all going to clean up with alcohol. I guess that's the other reason to use that silicone mat. Very nice. Okay, so my other, the other thing I wanted to spray was this one. I wanted to use a stencil with one of the lighter colors. So I'm going to do, and there is some of the red there. Ugh, gross. All right, I'm going to do crushed curry on the bottom. And I hope I don't wreck my stencil, which I have to pull those out. So I'm going to do a layer of crushed curry. And I'm probably going to just end up using all of this because these has to dry. All right, that's almost gone. Oops. It helps if you point the nozzle down. All right, look at this. Poke a pen in the hole. Yeah. I wish I had, the only pen I have is like my glue pen. I don't know if I want to stick that in there, but maybe. Let's give that a try. This is kind of a nightmare, huh? All right, let's stick this in here. can't even see where that comes out. All right, I think I'm going to leave it. Poked it a little bit, so maybe that helped. We'll see. All right. Meanwhile, this is just funny. All right, so stencil, I want to use that with a stencil. And I hope I have my stencils. Oh, you know what? I think I have to unhook because the only stencil I have handy is an old one. So hold on. And you know what? I meant to get the adorning ones, the new ones, those cute little 6x6 ones. Hold on a minute. Move this. So I'll show you how I have my stencils stored. This is from when we used to sell I think we still sell these albums, but it's only a black cover. I used to keep my paper pumpkin stamps in here, but then these are all Project Life. That's what it was, the Project Life little albums. So I put all my stencils in here now. And I just cut like old cardstock so that I can use both sides of it. And you can still get these page protectors from Simple Stories. So I got some that are, that have the two bigger pockets and they fit these little ones perfectly. I like it. And then I have some of the bigger ones. So this is like the 6x8 pages. And I have the bigger stencils in there. So I wanted... I like that. I know I have my Stampin' Up! Ones here somewhere. Here we go. I'm going to use this one. I really need to use my stencils more because I have them. I have a bunch from Crafter's Companion too. I like them. They have good stencils. Ooh, and a little coffee bean one. Oh, maybe I should use the leaves. No. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, but this is neat. This is how I keep all my stencils. I don't have any. I used to have some. I had two that were like 8x8, and I just don't really use them anymore. I should probably just get rid of them. All right, so the plan is this crushed curry is going to dry, and then I'm going to put this stencil over it and spray with the red. All right, so that'll be darker. So meanwhile, let's look at the paper. I can throw these away. And this does seem to be taking a little longer than I thought to dry. Interesting. So it's not drying, like the color seems a little bit concentrated. I think this has to do with me flipping these around. Like I should have done this up and down, to get it evened out some. I still like it. And it really does. The more I look at this orange, it reminds me of Goldfish. So, interesting. I like it. Now this one was the pumpkin pie. So that is darker. Ooh, I really like it still comes through. Like the champagne-y color. So uncolored, looking at it in the catalog, I thought this was more silver. So I was surprised to see that, oh, Gail, just send me some colored sheets. You're going to skip the spraying. Yeah, I guess the brush would be better control if you put it in a aqua painter or something. We'll see. But yeah, I thought from the catalog it looked like it was silver, and it's really like more champagne looking in real life. All right, so while that dries, let's get a piece of scratch paper and put that over there. So the dies I'm going to use to cut those are the Seascape die. We're going to cut this goldfish, and then I'm going to use some of these from the Stitched Leaves dies. And it's mostly just going to be like stamping a greeting or a background or something. All right, so the first one, let's get this Goldfish card ready. So I've got a pumpkin pie base, 5.5 by 8.5. Oops, and put this under here. And then I've got white for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to tape that in now. And then I'm going to use the Artistically Inked set, which I just mounted some of those last night. I feel ashamed that I haven't used it yet. But I've got a piece of black 4 by 5 1/4, and that looks a little ratty. So let's give that a little swipe with the old sanding block. But my plan is, still ratty. To stamp some water on this white. So I'm just going to use this swoosh right here. I think that'll be good for water. And then I may use the hello. So let me get a little block for that. Actually, let me use this little one that has my grid lines. You guys, I cannot believe how much this sprayed all over my hands and arms. I've done this before on other stuff and it didn't work like this. I'm blaming it all on that one sprayer. Crikeys. All right, so pumpkin pie and black. I was thinking Coastal Cabana for the water. And then I'll probably do the greeting just in regular black. All right, let me get this paper out of the way. This out of the way. I need a block. Whoops. That barely fits, but that's good enough. All right, so let's just show you for placement. Goldfish. I used to have a giant goldfish as a pet when I was a kid. I had a whole bunch of little ones for a science project and I kept them. And then they died, and I got one of those big giant ones, and I called her Gertrude. All right, so that's going to fit there. I want the water here. Gertie did not last long. Interesting. All right, so I'm just going to go shoop, and then right there. Nice. And then our fishy will be like right here, and maybe hello right here. So just a little bit of stamping, not a ton. And I'm done with that. Let's put the word on. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna bring in Catherine Pooler. So I'm just eyeballing. I know I'm gonna put this here, and then I'm gonna use some of these Artistry Blooms sequins. I think these are on back order too, which is kind of weird. Very out of the blue. All right, hello. Let me just see how. All right, that's good. I wanted to see how straight I got it on the block, and I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to put that away. I do want to clean this. Greeting. Spray, spray, spray. Yeah, we had, today in Maryland, it got up to 99. That is way too hot for me. I mean, I was inside working, but still, it sucks when I leave and it's still hot. And I left at like 7 o'clock tonight. Still hot. All right, that's a random piece of hair. So I'm going to mount this onto the black. And then I'm just going to glue this right to the pumpkin pie card because I'm going to pop up that goldfish. I like that Coastal Cabana. I was torn because I really wanted Tempting Turquoise, but that retired so many years ago. And And then I thought Bermuda Bay would just be too dark, but I like that. It kind of just looks like splash. All right, so that'll be our fishy card. Getting that ready. All right, let's put that off to the side. Then the leaves card, I'm using cinnamon cider, and I embossed this with the new timber folder. And let me see. So I want to show you, I like to do this sometimes where you rub an ink spot. So I usually keep an early espresso ink spot handy. And I can't find it. Where did that go? All right, well, I'm gonna have to use this Gina K one. So just take your early espresso or any brown ink and you emboss something. It only works with the linen pads because the foam ones are just too squishy. So this, you're just gonna like gently rub it over the embossed bits and then it will pick up that embossing. We just want it to hold on to the raised up parts. All right. I like that. And then I have to make a note for myself to find my early espresso. I had a little ink spot of that. I like it. It really makes it stand out, the embossed part. All right, so I'm just going to mount this on here. And I wasn't really going to put a greeting on this one because I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. But I am going to glue this on. I love the cinnamon cider. I'm gluing this on flat because again we're going to pop up all the leaves when I die cut them. Hopefully they'll all be dry soon and I can get to die cutting. All right, very vanilla for the inside. 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'll see how the leaves look. I didn't really figure what doodads I was going to use because I really wanted to see how those colors turn out. So that's the base for our second card. Now the third card that we're using, where did that go? Oh, that I'm going to put the stencil on. I cut Bumblebee and Magenta, or Melon Mambo, because I thought I would pick which one I wanted. So we'll just see. But I cut these at 4 by 5 1/4. And I just cut 2 because I had a half sheet. Yep, 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. Yep, this is for the inside. And this one I'm probably just going to do a greeting on. And with the black card base. 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. Now if these don't get dry quick, I'm going to have to put the heat tool on them and see if I can speed that up. You'd think with alcohol that that's really going to dry a lot quicker. But yeah, that feels a little damp. You know what? I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Let's just hit it with my little hair dryer thing. So that's not the end of the world. Let's put that off to dry. Now, let me just curl this back. All right, so let's lay down my stencil and get ready for some more mess with this red. Where'd my other plate go? The water-based reinkers can't absorb into the paper. I think I know what you're saying, Sean. But when you put it with the alcohol, it should all like get homogenized in here and then dry up. as the alcohol dries. But yeah, I think normally you're right. It would not, it's not going to dry. All right, let's give this a spray. All right. With the red. So that does not keep the stencil shape so much, but I'm okay with this. It gives a little pattern anyway. So that's not the end of the world. Let's put that off to dry. Now this, I do want to swipe this with alcohol because I don't trust this. It figures that I wouldn't want it to stain this, and then it might. So just real quick. Tell you, alcohol is good for cleaning a lot of things. And this may stay pink for a long time. All right, I think that's good enough. I can't really tell. I think I'm going to soak this in a tray of alcohol. That won't hurt it. I know I've gotten alcohol inks on here before, like straight up alcohol inks. And I'll just spray alcohol and let it soak for a little bit and then get it up. So, okay, enough with the stencil for that. Let's get back here. And let's see how these crushed curry ones are doing, because these are the ones I sprayed first. Let's just hit it with the heat little hair dryer. More of those things. All right, now here was the real red that was like the crushed curry. All right, now let me bring my little die cut machine, my little stamp and cut. And I can tell I'm gonna have to give this a little clean when I'm finished. All right, so we will cut first the goldfish. And I did put the die up here to make sure it would fit on this cutter. And that's how I decided what size I was cutting these papers to. So I have to put it like at an angle like this. And then see, it barely fits. I am liking this. So that does not keep the stencil shape so much. Now remember, these dies, it does not cut out this fish entirely. I'm gonna have to go back in here and here and up here and just trim that out. And I'll tell you, if these little bits in the middle don't want to come out, I'm not gonna be upset about it. I'm gonna make do. All right, so this still got some alcohol, some of the ink on it, so I'm just gonna have to clean that up. Let's cut these leaves. So I had this was our pumpkin pie and another crushed curry. like strings or something in here. That's what it looks like, holding. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that up. So note to self, when you do this, you want to make sure all your pieces are dry completely. All right, that's popping out pretty good. And of course it picked up some of the red, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, this is definitely, it's the material that the paper, can you see this? Like the little strings? That's definitely from the paper itself. So I'm just gonna have to like go in here and get those strings up. This is not gonna stop me from doing this with some other colors though, because I think this is gonna be really cool with the poinsettia dies, like for some Christmas cards. It's gonna be messy, but I'm gonna try it. All right, and yeah, and these little bits I'm gonna save just to cut them up. I don't have a specific plan for them yet, other than I know that I can cut like little strips and put them like up the side of a card, just for something a little extra. All right, getting in here. Oh, and I almost forgot. So I'm going to have a crafty Zoom on Sunday. And that's, you don't have to be US only. That could be anywhere. So if you want to, Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern time. So if you are available, there's no specific project. This is just hanging out on Zoom and you work on whatever you want to work on. All right. So if you want that, email me at ToniStamps@yahoo.com, and it's free, no cost for anybody. So I'm emailing the link, the Zoom link out on Saturday. So if I don't already have your email, let me know and I will hook you up, and then I'll see you on Sunday. I try to do this every month. Last month, I forget what. It doesn't happen every month, but I try to. And it's usually on a Sunday afternoon, and we only go for like 3 hours. Usually I work on like Paper Pumpkin, or if I have a swap that I'm late getting my cards out for, I'll work on that. There we go. Yeah, stars for tops of Christmas trees. Yep. Okay, this looks a little hairy, but I think it's going to be fine. All right, now let's cut this guy out. All right, now this, I don't really have to keep, I'm not cutting, I'm just... But if they don't all want to come out, I'm not going to fight them. Make sure I'm grabbing the right piece so I don't pick one that's really attached.
Run this through the die cut maybe 4 times even, because, well, this one I think I only did twice, the goldfish. But I still like the idea, because these colors still remind me of goldfish. And I just want to get some of these little bits out. Make sure I'm grabbing the right piece so I don't pick one that's really attached. Ugh. Alright. Scalpel. I need it. Alright. Yeah, this is a mess. But I'm gonna make it work. Oops, that went flying. And then we'll do a, I think this is balmy blue or something.
Tell that it's a goldfish. Or we just put it up there so you can get the idea, and then I finish this part later and post a picture. Because this, I didn't plan on doing this on camera for 20 minutes, picking stuff out. I also didn't realize that that there was this coating on the paper, so now you guys all know. You're welcome. All right, actually, yeah, that's good enough for what I want for the fish. And I can still set up my sequins. Okay, so where did that card go? Oh, here we go. So, ooh, beautiful. I like that. So all I want to do is add some of the Artistry Blooms sequins. And actually, I've got one extra pack in here, or one of these sheets does not belong in it. One of them came from a paper pumpkin. I think it's this one. So let's do, yeah, so this is going to pop up like that. I love it. And then let's do that's a Calypso Coral. This is Melon Mambo. And then we'll do I think this is Balmy Blue or something. So, I like that. And I think my screen, are we still live? Yep, okay. Oh yeah, I did forget that our basic black years ago used to end up purple. That's why I always hated that, Sean. I always hated that ink. Because of that, it was never black. I mean, besides the fact that I didn't want to use black ink for a long time anyway. But, all right, so here is I'm going to pop that goldfish up after I get the extra bits taken off. So let me put that off to the side. Now let's bring in cinnamon cider. And let me check this one. So the stencil really, it just gave it a faint pattern, but I do like it. Let me hit this with the heat thing as the embossing gun. But this is just a little annoying how it would turn purple after a couple years. All right, so ooh, I like that. Maybe I will have 4 leaves. Oof, I like all this sparkle. Actually, I want these to come up from this corner. Nice. So I'm just gonna pop them up. Like I said, I wasn't gonna put a greeting on this because I don't know what I want to use this for yet. Let me refresh my page. My video blacked out on me. Yep, we're still going. Just said it was having trouble. All right, let me just put some dimensionals on here to get a leaves card right now. But I know some people I don't have that new punch, but I think I could make do with some other stuff that I do have. All right, I'm going to put that one there. I like these colors. So another thing that we're learning is I don't think pastels are going to work with this technique because you really just need a lot more ink. Let's put that there. You can hang off just a little bit. And then this was our crushed curry. Actually, I'm going to face that going down. So we just have our cluster of leaves. And this one, I really don't want to put 4 on there. So I'm thinking the greeting will go over here. Probably something simple stamped in early espresso. And I do want a little bit of a ribbon there. Something. Let's see. So I need, oh, you know what? Early espresso. I have early espresso, that faux suede ribbon that I love so much. And I have a little piece of it. Okay. So we'll just do I think a knot is going to do it. Just something like over here. So I think a bow doesn't quite fit the mood. I was thinking some lace, some scallop lace, but I realized that I had to add that to my last order and that won't be here until Saturday. So let's put some glue dots, and these are left over from a paper pumpkin kit. Oh, you know what? These don't seem to be wanting to stick to our little paper here. All right, so we're gonna have to use glue on this. Get these glue dots off my finger. Let's do the Barely Art glue to the rescue. Squeeze some of that. Put the pin back in. I'm just shaking my head when I look at my hands. This is a mess. I think I just need more space to spread out. All right, let me hold this for a minute. Yeah, and then the greeting right here in the espresso. I love these sparkles. So let's look at that. I think that's pretty. And I know it would have stood out more if I had used a vanilla card base, but I just didn't want to. I was in the mood for some more color. All right. Now let's bring back our stenciled piece and pick, so we've got a black base, and I'm gonna have to trim this down. So let's hold these up to, I like it. You know what? I like both of them. But here was my plan, was to have this, have it like here, or with the yellow, but I kind of like it with both. So you know what? I'm going to trim one of these bumblebees down. and trim our Bedazzling paper down. So I'm going to go Melon Mambo 5 1/4 by 4, and then I'm going to go down 3/16 of an inch. So I'm going to go 5 1/16, and then 3 13/16. And then this piece I'm going to cut the same. Man, my video cut out again on my iPad. How do I feel about green leaves, Sean? I love them. I was just going for a more fall-y look. But yeah, I like green leaves. Yep. I think that's what I meant really. Like green leaves or like trees. All right. So I'm just going to have to assume, let me look up here. Yep, we're still live. Okay, so here's how this is going to come together. I want this here. And then I'm just going to put a butterfly or something on it because really this is like after 9. I gotta let you guys go. All right, so let's glue this on. I hate running over so much because I know everyone's time is precious. So let's glue this on to Bumblebee. Now my Bumblebee, I was torn between Bumblebee and Crushed Curry. They are similar. Does that look crooked to you guys? Yeah. It looks crooked to me. They are similar, but what it came down to was I only have like 4 pieces left of Crushed Curry. So I went with Bumblebee. And I can tell, I think I need to trim this off just a little bit. A smidge. Let me get this rubbed down. And now I can't see any comments because my iPad's not updating. So it usually takes me a couple days to get back and answer everybody's comments anyway. All right, it was just a little smidge hanging off. Yeah, I'm liking this with I'm gonna die cut a butterfly, probably from the butterfly set that we all had to have back in May, and then I don't think I've used it since. Ooh, I like this. So even though this color was red, I mean, it really does look pink. All right, and then we're going to, I've got a white piece for the inside. And then I'm going to glue this to the front. I wish I had a pile of already pre-cut stuff. That would have been a good idea. But I think you guys can imagine where I'm going with this. Have one of the bigger black butterflies here popped up, and then a simple greeting right up there, probably just on a little piece of white stamped in black. Actually, I'm going to finish that tomorrow. How to color these papers, and I think we all learned a couple things, what not to do and what works. So here are our partially finished cards. I really do like this. This was the first idea that I had for this, the Bedazzling papers, was a goldfish. So I'm glad he turned out mostly okay. I'm just gonna have to pick those other bits out of his fins so we can actually see what it is. And I really like these too. I like how they turned out. I like the color and that the sparkle still comes through. All right, so I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. Get some of this stuff cleaned up, like my hands. (1 o'clock) Eastern time. Okay, So email me at ToniStamps@yahoo.com, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.